ఏం లేదు కదా.
Respected faculty members, distinguished guests, and fellow participants, a very good morning to you all. It is an honor to welcome you to Sudhee 2026, the national level Students Technical Fest of Chaitanya Bharati Institute of Technology.
Good morning, everyone. Sudhee has always been more than just a fest. It is a platform where academic thinking meets execution, and where ideas are evaluated not only by creativity, but also by technical clarity and purpose.
This year, the fest is guided by a theme that is both meaningful and timely. SWA design, indigenous minds, and global impact. We, the
And Riddhima,
are students of CSC AI and ML first year, and we will be your anchors for today's inaugural session.
Sudhee 2026 is guided by the theme SWA Design. This theme represents a design philosophy that emphasizes innovation rooted in indigenous knowledge, contextual understanding, and societal relevance, while remaining scalable and impactful at a global level.
Our design encourages students to move beyond replication and instead focus on functionality, sustainability, and responsible engineering. It highlights the importance of designing solutions that emerge from local challenges and contribute meaningfully to the broader technological ecosystem.
In other words, it is not simply about making something. It is about norms, storms, and loves. And now, it is our privilege to introduce you to the millions of events hosted by our enthusiastic partners. Introducing Inside Eyes by AI Dignitary.
Neurons by AI and
Now by
CET.
Organizations by
CSD,
Camps Farm by Chemical.
Electric,
Synapse by
Ecstasy by IT, Mechanica by Mechanical,
Fields by IT. To invoke the blessings of the Almighty and mark the auspicious beginning of the ceremony, we commence with a breathtaking classical dance performance. Involving student he was representing on the song Ganapati Kanta.
Switch punch. Select time. ఆడతా కదలకుండా అది పంపిస్తాం తీసుకోను వాటికి తీసుకోను ఏం కావాలో అది ఇచ్చేసి టేబుల్ పెట్టుకుంటారా ఇచ్చండి పెట్టేసుకోండి
Thank you, India. That was a graceful beginning to the funny wedding.
నాన్న కెమెరా కదిలిస్తుంది మంది కదులుతుంది ఆయన కలిస్తే కొంచెం చూసుకోండి నాది ఊపుతుంది సఖ్యందా మీ హ్యాండ్
ఎవరో ఉన్నారు అలాగా
ఢిల్లీ ఉంటుంది అందులో చీరలు పెడుతున్నాం కదా సార్ లైట్స్ మన బాగుంటుంది సోది కొడుతుంది
Maybe after.
సరిపోయి అందుకని ఎక్కువ అవరే అందుకంటే ఎక్కువ తీయాలి. కొట్టానా అది ఎక్కువ చేస్తాను. కూర్చోనికి కూడా జాగలేదు. చేయాలి కూర్చోండి. అదా స్టాఫ్ వచ్చారు కాసేపు కాదు బతాకి దానికోసం ఫీజు వెళ్ళిపోతాం. ఒకటి ఏండి చూడ
We now request our dignitaries to kindly take their places on the dais. May we first invite Professor C.V. Narasimhan, Principal of CBIT and Chief Advisor to Sudhee 2026. Please raise their hands. Sanjana, I request you to please present sir with a sapling.
It is our privilege to introduce our chief guest, Srimati Harinjandana Dasarima, IAS District Collector Hyderabad. You please grace the dais. Sneha, I request you to please present round of the sapling.
చెప్పు. ఓకే చెప్పు. నువ్వేదో ఉందంటే జనరేటర్ ఫోన్ చేయాలి.
We invite the guest of honor, Professor A. Krishnaya sir, being faculty of engineering of Mumbai University Hyderabad, to please grace the dais. Jay, I request you to present sir with a sapling.
May we now invite our guest of honor, Shri Ravi Kumar, Media Research, Executive Vice President, Digital IT Solutions, Innobytes Hyderabad, to please grace the dais.
Yes, they can take it for a picture.
Then, request you to please present sir with the satellite.
We invite Professor T. Nathanikamam, Head of AI and Data Science Department and Chairperson of Sudhee 2026 to please place the dais. Sanjana, I request you to please present ma'am with the satellite.
May we now invite Professor M. Balasubbareddy, sir, Head of Triple Department and Co-Chairman for Sudhee 2026, to please grace the dais. Nivida, I request you to please present sir with the satellite.
May we now invite Ms. Gundam Jahanavi from CSE Department and Student President of Cbit to please grace the dais. Bhavya, I request you to please present her with a satellite.
The lighting of the lamp symbolizes the dispelling of darkness and the beginning of wisdom and knowledge. An ideal start for a fest centered around responsible innovation.
To begin this auspicious occasion, we now invite our esteemed dignitaries to kindly proceed for the lighting of the lamp, followed by the invocation.
చైర్లో స్టేటస్ లేదు.
And now we have a beautiful melody by Sangeeta of Biopic Department, first year. పూజితం త్రిభువనమగతం మురారీ ప్రముఖాద్యుపస్థితం మూలాధారచిత్రాస్థితం పరాని చత్వారి వాగాత్మకం ప్రణవస్వరూపం వక్రతుండం నిరంతరం నిఖిల చంద్రకంకం నిరవావకయ విదృశేషుదండం కరాభుజపాశబీజం కర్షవిదూరం భూతాకారం అగ్నిగురుతోషిత బింబం హంసత్వవిభూషిత హేరం గణపతిం భజే శంకరం శ్రీవాతాపి గణపతిం భజే.
Thank you, Sangeeta. That was a graceful beginning to Sudhee 2026.
We now move to the welcome address. It is our privilege to invite Professor Cbit, Principal of CBIT. Sir brings over 3 decades of experience in teaching, research, and institutional leadership. He holds a PhD in Electronics and Communication Engineering from JNTU Kakinada. Under his leadership, CBIT secured NB accreditation for multiple programs, retained his UGC autonomous status up to 2033-34, and ranked in the 151 to 200 band in NIF 2024 and 2025. The institute achieved a 90% placement rate with record packages from leading global companies. He has guided 4 PhD scholars, published over 60 research papers, and holds 8 published patents. A senior member of IEEE and fellow of IE and IEEE, he has received several prestigious awards, including the ISTE BBB National Award for Best Principal 2024.
Sir, we request you to kindly address the gathering.
College. They are voting on the Jack.
Good morning to Honorable Sudhee, the National Level Technical Test of CBIT, Srimati Rasari Harisimulu, IAS, Hyderabad District Collector, and Professor Krishna, Dean Private Engineering, Usmania University, the guest of honor, and Mai Kumar Meduri, the guest of honor, and Sudhee, Chairman, Professor Radhika, Co-Chairman, Master Authority, the student president, and my colleague, vice principals, leaders, directors, heads of the departments, and the student participants for this for technical pieces. Once again, good morning to all. At the outset, let me congratulate all students, participants, for participating in this of this program. It is customary to introduce after CBIT participants and the guests. CBIT was established in 1979 with the 200 intake. Now the intake has been rose to 1998, that is 10 folds. And this institution is ANCD, and it is affiliated to Usmania University. And we have 375 faculty members are there. More than 70% of its faculty members are PhD holders. We feel proud to say that no private institution in 2 Telugu states having more than 70% of its faculty PhD holders. And this institution is accredited by NAC with its highest grade A++, and all its eligible programs are even accredited by National Board of Accreditation. And there are special established the Atal Community Innovation Center under NITI Aayog, Atal Innovation Mission, in 2021 and 22, where AIM Innovation Mission has granted 4.5 crores immediately from CBO for the only 14 institutions have got this facility in the entire country. CBU is one of them. 14, and particularly in Telangana, CBU is the only institution got that facility. And we are very good at research and developments. So we have published more than 3,000 scopus and reports and papers. And we have more than 21,000 citations are there. Our HDX is the 55. So we are on par with the nation. And the week magazine consistently ranked us as the #1 self-financed institute in Telangana state. So there are several acknowledgements about this institution. So now if you come to the technical fest, so this is not a simple festival, it is the celebration of students' curiosity, knowledge, and technical skills. So these fests will ignite the young minds to develop design and solve the community problems. So we are all engineers should strive a little better to give the solutions to the society. So now this occasion definitely will give you an opportunity to deliberate and discuss and find a solution for several problems. So on this occasion, so once again, I thank Madam Ajindra Garu, in spite of her busy schedule, she accepted our invitation and grateful. Thank you, Madam. And I also thank Professor Krishna Garu, who is busy with several things at the university. He also accepted our invitation. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Garu, today. And I appreciate Sudhee, the chairman and co-chairman and president, for their tireless efforts for the last 2 months. They have been working on this to make this program a grand success. Not only this, our advisory committee and director student affairs, organizing committee members and student volunteers of Sudhee, everybody is consistent to putting their efforts to make this program a grand success. I thank each one of them. I also personally thank the management also for providing much excellent facilities to make this program a grand success. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for your encouraging words and for formally welcoming us into Sudhee 2026. And now, to present an overview of Sudhee 2026, it is our privilege to invite Professor K. Radhika Ma'am, Head of the AI and Data Science Department and Chairperson to Sudhee 2026.
Ma'am, we request you to enlighten us about Sudhee.
A very good morning to one and all present here. Respected chief guest, Srimati Chandra INS, Honorable District Collector of Hyderabad, distinguished guest of honor, Professor A. Krishna Garu, Dean, Faculty of Engineering, Osmania University, Sri Ravi Kumar Menduri, Executive Vice President, Innovites, respected Principal Sir, Professor C.V. Narasimhan, Vice Chairman, Sudhee, Professor M. Balasubbareddy, Student President, Mr. Chandra Kundam, distinguished advisors, vice principals, directors, heads of the departments, faculty members, and 5 year students. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the Inaugural Function of Sudhee 2026, the 12th edition of the National Level Students Technical Fest of Chaitanya Bharati Institute of Technology. Sudhee holds a special place in the academic talent of CBIT as it consistently presents a thought-provoking and socially relevant theme every year. Over the years, it has evolved into a national platform that nurtures innovation and interdisciplinary collaboration. This year, Sudhee is unveiled with a purpose-driven theme, SWA design. The need for SWA design is more relevant today than ever before. As India moves steadily towards the vision of self-reliant India, there is a growing realization that true self-reliance cannot be achieved by adoption alone. It must be built through indigenous design and innovation. These thoughts beautifully define the essence of Sudhee 2026, encouraging us to design with purpose, innovate responsibly, and create solutions that truly benefit society. In today's rapidly evolving world of artificial intelligence, digital governance, smart infrastructure, and emerging technologies, smart design reminds engineers that true excellence lies not merely in advanced tools but in thoughtful and inclusive design. We are deeply honored to have with us Srimati Harichandana Dasri, IAS, whose work in governance, sustainability, and citizen-centric innovation exemplifies how technology, when guided by purpose, can transform lives. I extend a warm welcome to our esteemed guest of honor, Professor A. Krishnaya sir, for his distinguished academic leadership and contributions to engineering education. And Sri Ravi Kumar Madhu sir, Executive Vice President, Innovites, whose leadership in AI, data engineering, and digital innovation has helped global enterprises to build scalable and analytics-driven solutions. The departmental events include, as part of Sudhee, the departmental events include NeoGeon by Biotechnology Department, ChemSpark by Chemical Engineering, Civilizations by Civil Engineering, Synopsy by ECE, Electric by EEE Department, Mechanica by Mechanical Engineering, Insights by AI and Data Science, Neural Nexus by AML Department, Cyber Nexus by CET Department, Headstart by CSE Department, XQC by IT Department, Unity by SMS Department, and Techion by MCA Department. A flagship and highly prestigious annual feature of Sudhee, the Cbit Hackathon, continued its tradition of attracting an exceptional response and was successfully concluded on 14th of February 2026. It witnessed an enthusiastic participation of around 900 students from across India for Sudhee 2026 continues to offer a rich and engaging technical experience for all the participants. Every speakers will deliver keynote talks on emerging technologies, followed by technical events spanned across both days. I take this opportunity to place of my sincere thanks and appreciation to management, principal, all the staff and student coordinators for extending their support and cooperation in making this prestigious event a grand success. We sincerely thank our honorable speakers and esteemed guests of honor for graciously sparing their valuable time from their busy schedules to be with us today and inspiring us with their presence. We gratefully acknowledge the generous support of our sponsors, whose contributions have played a vital role in the success of Sudhee 2026. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for presenting the theme, structure, and academic elements of Sudhee 2026. It is an honor to invite Ms. Jahanavi Gundam, student president, to throw light for the student activities.
Good morning, everyone. It's an honor to stand here to represent the student activities and talk about our annual technical fest, which truly defines the spirit of learning beyond the classrooms. Sudhee isn't just an event we celebrate every year. It is a platform where we transform our knowledge into experiences, ideas into innovation, and curiosity into achievements. Across all departments, it gives each one of us an opportunity to participate, innovate, and explore our true capabilities. This field of learning continues throughout our college technical class. Whether it is seminars from IIT, development sessions by communities from GDSC and COSC, becomes design challenges from SE. These clubs keeps campus active. Actually, students to provide to learn new technologies and challenges. In this participation, we learn how to present our ideas confidently, manage the time under pressure, adapt to challenges, and work efficiently in teams. Organizing these events and volunteering behind the scenes further builds leadership, responsibility, and communication skills. These are the qualities that transform us students into confident professionals ready for the future. Personally, these opportunities play a meaningful role in my journey. The hands-on exposure helped me sharpen my skills and confidence, understand my strength. It wasn't just about coding, it was about communicating the complex ideas simply. These experiences taught me to make most use of the opportunities that come in my way and ultimately helped me to secure my placement. So this is more than a fest we celebrate every year. It is a launch pad where we build confidence and create our own future. The skills we develop here today will stay us after the college. So I request everyone to step forward, participate, and make most of your time here count. So let us continue to make Sudhee a symbol of innovation and excellence. Thank you everyone for the opportunity.
Thank you, Jahanavi, for highlighting the student initiatives and the vibrant spirit that drives Sudhee forward.
And now, we request our chief guest, Srimati Harichandra Dasari ma'am, to kindly release the souvenirs along with the guest of honors and dignitaries on the dais.
Hey, good.
It is my privilege to introduce today's guest of honor, Shri Ravi Kumar Meduri sir. Shri Ravi Kumar Meduri sir is a seasoned technology and digital transformation leader. currently serving as an Executive Vice President at Digital and IP Solutions at InnoMinds, a global digital transformation and product engineering company. In this strategic role, he leads initiatives in digital transformation, AI-enabled platforms, data engineering, and scalable solution delivery. His leadership covers core areas like analytics, cloud, enterprise engineering, and innovation practice. Before rising to executive leadership at InnoMinds, Made Research developed extensive experience across telecom, analytics, big data, and engineering roles. His professional background includes driving analytics strategy, developing pattern contributing algorithms, and leading cross-functional technology teams. Academically, he is an alumnus of IIT Madras and IIM Calcutta, institutions recognized globally for excellence in technology and management education. Through his career, he has consistently combined deep technical knowledge with strategic business insight, bringing a unique blend of engineering excellence and innovation leadership to every initiative he leads. We are honored to have Sudhee with us today, whose professional journey and insights bring a powerful industry perspective to the team of SWA Design.
Sir, we are honored to have you here with us. May we request you to kindly address the gathering.
Morning. If I can be heard clearly. Distinguished guests from the principal. So I thank them all. I thank the management of Cbit for having me here. It is not just a privilege, it's also a learning. I've come here before, and every time I come, I go back with a lot more energy than when I came here. So wonderful to be here. So I'll keep my talk a little brief. I'm a practitioner of AI. I've been in this space for probably more than a decade now. And it's every moment that's attention, you hear AI everywhere. You hear that AI is going to probably change everything that we do. So I have just three pieces of advice, not just for students, but also for everyone here. And I want to just lay them on the table and allow you to think over them. So my first piece of advice is basically that you have to be a builder in today's times. So what do I mean by builder? A builder is someone who takes available tools, technology, and solve some problem of any order of magnitude. It could be a world hunger solving problem, or it could be a local problem, or it could be a unique problem that only some people see also. So there has never been a better time to be a builder. Today, with the tools that are available, you can do everything. You can create apps, you can create websites, you can automate, through robotics, something at home, at factory, at work, at warehouses, etc. Right? And the cost of building today, the marginal cost, and as we say in the industry, the marginal cost of building software is close to zero. Just yesterday, right? I wrote about 300 lines of code that would have taken me at least 2 to 3 hours in a matter of a minute. So the cost of doing something today and doing it while and testing something is almost zero. And not just software, we also have the physical system, the hardware, your sensor, which might cost a little more than software. But the cost of building today and the cost of adoption and the cost of trying new things is almost zero. So there has never been a better time to build stuff. And if you hear some of the biggest companies, etc., they've always built stuff for adoption, built stuff for everybody to use and so on. So my first appeal to everyone here is be a builder. Solve something and do something that changes in a small way or in a big way the world around. So that's my first piece of advice. Secondly, now these are very uncertain times, and a lot is changing. And there are people who I know who have built decades of experience, 50 years, 40 years. I hear from the doctors and the physicians who say that 30 years of our experience and ChatGPT, which is just a 3-year phenomenon, being equally good and maybe trusting ChatGPT more than me. So they are very worried. What do I do with the 3 decades, 4 decades of experience that I have built? How can I still stay relevant? How can I compete? So these are very uncertain times, and it is not just applicable at entry level, right? It's not just applicable at mid management. It is applicable at a senior level. A senior is questioning what is my role under these new circumstances, right? That everything can happen so quickly with minimal guidance. What is my role? So these are very uncertain times, and during these times, I think there are just two pieces of advice on how to deal with. One, have conviction and confidence in this. So no AI system, nothing in this world can be genius. Nothing in this world can be an inventive. See, a mind that can listen very carefully and understand the problem and apply and solve that problem, right? Original reaction. So nothing in this world can beat that. So have conviction in yourself. So that's what I tell the doctors. You will still be relevant. An AI can have all the information of the world, but listening to a patient and applying your knowledge in that circumstance, under that patient's conditions, and solving that patient's problems only you can do. So that's my second piece of advice. Have conviction in yourself, in your ability, right? And be confident that you will be better than any other, not just person, but even machine or collection of machines in this one. So that's my second piece of advice. And thirdly, right? The third thing, and this is what I say, right? Like, and this is what is unique to humans, right? So our ability to understand the world around us. So it's not just about yourself. It's our ability to understand the world around us, to connect with people, to be empathetic to people, to communicate to people, right? And feel that shared passion, right? Feel that shared vibe, etc. This is again something only humans can do. So don't be just about yourself and so on. So just be around, watch the world around you. Look at the world from your own perspective. See it in a different way compared to others, and try to understand and invite in your own way. So this stay connected and watch out for things around you. Look at the world around you and bring your own perspective to it. So that's my third piece of advice. So this is what I follow. So I'm not just saying, for the sake of it. So these are the things that I follow, and keep your learning culture up. There is always something to learn every day. Every day surprises you, adds to the ocean of knowledge. That is already out there, and we have to keep doing it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your meaningful insights. As aspiring AI engineers ourselves, that was very, very inspiring. Your ideas certainly inspired us and every participant from this test.
And now, it is my privilege to introduce our guest of honor, Professor A. Krishnaya sir, Dean, Faculty of Engineering at Usmania University, Hyderabad. Sir earned his bachelor's and master's degree in mechanical engineering from University College of Engineering, Usmania. He completed his doctorate from Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, and pursued his postdoctoral research at Chungnam University, South Korea. With over 27 years of distinguished teaching, research experience, he has made remarkable contributions to the field of mechanical engineering. His research areas include metal forming, plastic deformation, and processing of bulk nanomaterials. He has guided 18 PhD scholars and supervised more than 100 MTech projects, with several research scholars currently working under his mentorship. Professor Krishnaya has published over 100 research papers in reputed national and international journals. He has successfully completed and funded R&D projects supported by DST, UGC, and AICTE. A recipient of the State Best Teacher Award 2020 by the Government of Telangana, he is widely recognized for his academic excellence. We are truly honored to have such an accomplished academician among us here today and a visionary leader.
We request you to kindly have this thing, I think so.
Moving on.
respected participants. Professor Sudhee, President, Principal, Cbit. Sri Hari Kumar garu, Vice President, Fiscal and IT Solutions. And Radhika, Department of Engineering, the chairperson Sudhee. The co-chairperson, Glasgow Students Coordinator, John Wick. And the new faculty members, students, and its development. Very good morning to you. It gives me immense pleasure and the pride to be participating in this Sudhee 2026. It is a national technical conference. It is not merely a celebration of the students' test. It is gives a lot of knowledge. Like we will learn many things like leadership, how to manage the funds, how to manage the programs, and lot of innovation. So all the participants who are come here, you must learn many things. And I think other colleagues also participate here, not only in the Cbit students. Is a technical festival, the national festival, and I hope even our own students also participate in this. So we have it is not a technical, not merely a celebration. They are platform of creativity, innovation, and collaboration. They provide the students an opportunity to transform ideas into the prototypes. The challenges into technology in today's rapidly evolving technological landscape. Such forums play an important and crucial role in nurturing problem solvers and further engineers or leaders. And we are honored by the presence of two eminent personalities, Srimati Harichandran AS, the District Collector of Hyderabad, whose dynamic leadership and commitment to sustainability in urban development inspire young minds to think responsibly and innovatively. And the second person, Sri Ravi Kumar, already spoken about the AI technologies, and whose expertise in digital and IP solutions reflects the growing importance of technology driven transformation in industry. So the recently today morning I have seen one video is the AI doctor. The China is developing AI doctor. Just if you go and tell it your problems, like what is the symptoms, and it is giving prescription, and what are the prescription is sending to the doctor. Doctor immediately, and the doctor is remotely is available, and immediately even medicines is disposing. Right, that is the area of the AI everybody is using. So we have to use ethically because a lot of AI solutions are available, but we have to use ethically. In just normally I teach nanotechnology like to the students of third year. So in that we have a nano is everywhere we are using, because if you use the mobile, the nano is there. Every day morning we are using, but we don't know that's called a nano. So the face creams, the sunscreen lotions, the face powder, and so many areas the nano is using. Even in medical field, but we have to use ethically, like in the aerospace or in the war, and we are using. So that's why. So we have to. The ethical practice is the most important than what the technology is available. Now, under the leadership of Professor Sudhee, the principal of Cbit, continues to uphold the excellence in technical education and holistic development, empowering students into the complete national and global needs. All the participants must explore and experiment and engage wholeheartedly. The winning is not important, but the participation is the most important in the winning. So let the Sudhee 2026 ignite your curiosity and strengthen your confidence. I congratulate the organizers, the faculty members, and the faculty coordinators, and the students who work tirelessly to make this event a grand success. And before this, and normally we used to say that it is still like before Christ and after Christ, just like that. The image of the Cbit is like before happy days and after the happy days. I think this Rapid is like the image, brand image of Cbit is gone excellent level after the Rapid is. And if you like believe or not, but even lot of students I will encourage to take admissions immediately. Well, wishing Sudhee 2026 a great success and thank you very much for inviting me here and thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable address. Your words strongly reflect the academic depth and responsible approach that the theme SWA design stands for. Now, it is our great honor to welcome Srimati Harichandana Dasari ma'am, IAS and District Collector. Ma'am is a distinguished Admin Administrative Service Officer of the 2010 Telangana cadre, currently serving as the District Collector and Magistrate of Hyderabad. She is widely recognized for the citizen-centric approach to governance and for her work that combines administrative leadership with innovation, sustainability, and public impact. Academically, ma'am has completed her schooling and graduation in Hyderabad and pursued a master's degree in political science from the University of Hyderabad and later undertook postgraduate studies in environmental economics at the London School of Economics. This strong academic foundation is reflected in the way she approaches public administration, with both policy clarity and a deep understanding of sustainability. Throughout her administrative journey, she has been associated with initiatives that focus on urban development, environmental responsibility, sanitation, and community welfare. Her work consistently towards solutions that are practical, inclusive, and scalable. Her important side of governance is that innovation is not limited to technology, but extends to how systems are designed, services are delivered, and communities are empowered. In many ways, ma'am's professional journey reflects the spirit of SWA design, indigenous minds, and global impact. The solutions emerge from local needs, inclusive responsibility, meaningful outcomes for society. We are honored to invite Srimati Harichandana Dasari ma'am, IAS, as the Chief Guest of Cbit 2026, and we warmly welcome her to share valuable insights with us here today.
Respected Principal Narasimhan Garu, Krishna Garu, the dignitaries on the dais, and most importantly, all the faculty here and the future engineers of tomorrow. I am very happy to be here sharing this platform with you and being part of your Wellness to the Tech Fest. Today is all about tech, today and tomorrow. Today and tomorrow, all of you are all about tech. So what is technology? Give me a one-time answer. Anyone? Innovations made by humans to help. The answer here. Okay. Anyone else? One more chance. Okay. So you are talking about innovation. We are talking about how innovations, how technology, how R&D benefits. And today your theme in the class is that very philosophical. And that is the philosophy that drives all of you through your education and probably throughout your careers. Innovation, technology, they're there everywhere. But is it enough? I thought our students are very active. Come on, please. You can answer, your teachers will not say anything.
So much, Sudhee.
No? So all of us talk about innovation, all of us talk about design, all of us talk about engineering. But is it enough? It's not. What do you need for practical solutions? What do you need for solutions to change your everyday work? Tomorrow's future is something which all of us will live in. It is a future that is not created for you by someone else. It is a future you will create yourself. Why am I saying that? We are talking about SWA design today. That means you are designing your future. All of you sitting here and the countless millions of graduates will come out
in the next few years are going to shape the way our country is going to be. India today is at a point where we are globally respected. We are ensuring that we are the fourth largest economy in the world, soon to take over others also. And we are also going ahead much in terms of providing good systems. Yesterday, in fact, we were talking about how Hyderabad is the GCC capital of the world, not just India. So how is this ecosystem changing? There's so many opportunities, there are millions of opportunities. So learn from your faculty that all of you want to be entrepreneurs, all of you want to create, design, sustain something. But is it enough? I've been working with a lot of persons right from my initial one of the biggest things I noticed with startups and
Just a side.
maybe thinking of them in future is most of them have great ideas. Absolutely wonderful ideas out of the box thinking. Your technology test that is going on here, right? Hackathons, challenges, what else is called? Mostly hackathons and anything else? Your projects, your design initiatives, and what you call your internship projects. All of them are great ideas. But will they sustain? I hear your teacher saying, shaking their head in the other side. So, students, I want you to be responsive. If you're not confident in answering me, how will you be confident in pitching your proposal to someone? So confidence, the way you talk, the way you present your idea, your passion, your intellectual capabilities. All these are a matter of concern when we evaluate your project. When you come to us and say, I'm evaluating your project, and then you come to me and say, I have this big solution for mosquito control. And if you say, okay, I have this idea, it is technically correct. I don't know what
Video.
is that going to work? So what will work? No, yes, but you also have to look at the localized conditions. Some, let's say, if it is a mosquito problem in Chennai, what is the difference to the problem in Hyderabad? You know, surely you know that, but yeah, the future engineers there. The Chennai has more marshes. It has salty water, it has marshlands, and it has probably a mangrove forest around, right? What does Hyderabad have? Okay, tank band. A lot of places where sewage is let out into the water bodies. So the challenges are different. With the same solution which was here. So that is where innovation needs to meet local needs, needs to meet the requirement of the service. You know, when I first started out in my career 16 years ago, the first thing which was pitched to me was plastic recycled bags. Many years ago, I had seen that I was one of the first few to introduce it in public services. When I actually looked at it, I got this. A lot of people after me. This is cement is cheaper. India produces much cheaper cement. Also, we have what we call as infrastructure technologies, which are also and various technologies as a cement as well, which is rehashing your old building construction material lines, linear blocks, civil blocks in the US. This is where is better for you. Why do you want to recycle plastic? And why do you want to put
physical services.
Assembly hall.
Maట్లాడుతాను. That's it. Do you think it's an option? It's an option.
Then
You have to work with them, right?
మన అంతా
Plastic that we are using. That will go anyway. Because how it degrades and all the time we do. I don't need to tell you that. So there is a time and a place for every innovation that you do. That is what is very different. And there is a way of pitching it, a way of taking it forward, and a way to situate it to understand people's needs. Many people today think I have ample resources. I have enough cement, I have enough roads, I have all the technology that is required to sustain me. But is this technology enough to sustain the future? Okay, am I confusing all of you? Why is there so much of absolute silence? I'm not audible. I can hear a chorus. There's no problem if you have enough voice. No, it's okay. So then, what I understand, where coming back to maybe is that there is an opportunity. There is a future with the opportunity. And I can tell you that these plastic tiles that I was talking to you about, I heard from about 60 entrepreneurs at that time. And guess how many succeeded and how many are actually in the field today? So Ravi had a given an answer, 1 or 2. Then, okay, a little better than that, that's really good. So out of 60, 3 people could sustain. What does that mean? Was the idea bad from all of them? Then why would only 3 succeed, not the others? That's because you have to work on your solutions in the field. You have to be localized. Have to take it to the people and make people adapt to technologies. Right? Yes or no? So is it just design? Is it just innovation? This is going to be explained. Today you can give me AI tools. And it will not take so much of on their behalf than it will take on your behalf. Right? Just doing it physically. So where does that human interface come in? Where does it become a challenge for humanity? Today technology is everywhere. Every day you see different. There's something new. In fact, there's an app to find your mail, there's an app to find your gardening, there's an app for everything that you can find. But what if there was no human touch behind the app? You've all heard about what happened in the earlier 3 years took their own life because of an app. Right? Such things also be here. So if you're building something, who are you building it for? And what are you building it for? That becomes very, very important for anything. It's not just building something for the sake of building it. It is something which you build responsibly, which will ensure. See, tomorrow, me, if I use this app, is it going to be useful? Is it going to be useful for my family? Is it going to be useful for my neighbors? Is it going to be useful for the society? These are the things that we need to think. And that is where you all come in. Many of you must be having this panic feature where a lot of you will be told that your jobs are being taken by robots. Yes? It is true. It's a true future. Forget about everything. I was talking to a bunch of radiologists the other day. Radiology is one of the top subjects in medicine, right? They were saying in a few years we're going to go out of business. Why? AI will take over. They will predict. Today also, if I get a cold, the first thing I do is my symptoms I type into my computer first. Then I call my doctor. If it gets a little more serious. But first when I'm taking your basic medicine, you ask your phone or your laptop. Yes? So where are you all going to be?
You think your jobs are going to be useless? No, yes, that you can all say loudly. No, the teachers are saying no. So I know that no comes to fruition, but what do you need to do to ensure that the no happens? How many of you are adaptable? How many of you think that I want to be if I'm going to share that I created? That happens with a lot of engineers. So as long as you're adapting, turning yourself into something new every day, because technology is moving from our time when we were millennials and you are all was in Gen Z or what? Then Beta, Alpha. Okay, Alpha. So all of you are going to have almost 100 times double the technology boom that will happen with us. So how do you ensure that you stay on top of your game? What do you do? You adapt, yes, but how do you adapt? Continual reskilling, yes, that's an important factor. And never stop learning. I think somebody got mentioned before. Everybody used to tell me that once you clear the civil services, you've made it. No need to study anymore. Is that true? Never. Any job. We are professor in nursing, we have also used to study law. The professors sitting here, continuously we upgrade our skills. Continuously we learn something new. We learn how to adapt that to the changing world. Today, governance, to many must have seen me visit on my phone. I have often learned on my phone. At least 60% of it. Because we have to be accessible, we have to be there, we have to be present. So I probably 10 years down the lane, so we should be doing this. But now we do our mentions, we do our office work on our system, we do our office on our mobile. So that's how things are changing. Tomorrow it will change to 0 slides probably. Maybe I'll start saying the command to raise those. Yes? That is possible, always possible. Then how do you adapt? If you say I can't do this. When WhatsApp came out initially, there were many officers who said the phone is something you would be very comfortable with. Now, all of us have to use it. Because technology has become like that. And in fact, we even have to introduce a WhatsApp grievance system. Where people will send responses or they're complaining online. Why should they talk in their office? Technology makes us more accessible to people. They can send us a message, they can send us their documents or notes. And that's how today all of these things are services are coming. You cannot WhatsApp request because they are all the customers, they are one property tax. All this is done online. You don't need to be physically there. So then what needs to change? Technology is there, technology is not. But finally, I was actually sharing this before also with your faculty. What is needed is ethics, compassion, and practicability. What we need today is how we are going to see that this technology does not harm someone. AI is neutral. So where does that larger good for society come in? It comes in with the person who's programming it. That is good. And that cannot be replaced by anything. So that is what you need to integrate into your technical platforms that you are going to create. And that is something which will be of very high value in future. If you have any predictive technical response study to that, that's something that we need to implement. And how do you personalize it? How do you humanize it? How do you humanize technology? That becomes your future. Because all of us are going to be human. We are going to live in the technology experience. Right? So how does it help us? Allow us help. And there will be always your warfare theories which we have. There will be a lot of people trying to take technology for negative purposes. So how do you ensure it comes to positive relevance? That's all consumed. That is something which we have to focus on. And that is something which will take you to the future. You are all change makers here today. All of you. How do you ensure that change happens? You think it only helps me, myself, or somebody else? But a small change can help a lot of people. There's a simple solution which was recently given to me. You know, all these people who have small class 10 people. She said, we are teaching cooking in school, and she told me that I've seen you taking a lot of the CSR donations which come in for children, for schools, for hospitals. There are a lot of these coming in. And she said, why don't we get something very simple for the donate? They come to you, they have to physically we want to help some people there. We want to do something helpful to this community that makes this community possible. So it's such a simple idea. And you don't need to search for medical give this. They don't need to search for what is our requirement that we ask for. These are all simple solutions. It's humane. It's connecting to a real need of people. When someone wants to be, someone is in need of help. So that is something that we need to work on. The relevance, the usability of your technology. Many of you are going to be in this field because of the future. So how do you utilize that future? All of us here and engineers, the designers of our world, right? So why do you need teams and make people? Make sure you're not there. You're alive. You're studying the reaction of engineers and no, that's not it. The fact is, we are all human. So we need that social interactions. We need to build a community. And there are very few, I think, very rare few who can live in isolation. So what does it mean? You create a better society, you build a better society. And you put that use of tools. These are going to change. This is what is sustainable in the future. So all of you focus on that humanity within you. How do I make it better for the larger humanity? How to, not just one person, two person. Many people ask me when I joined the civil service, why did you join this? That's a very frequently asked question. I have a great experience. I have a great education, so I can put any job like this. My only answer was I could not just work for myself, not build something for my own family or myself. Any small decision that I make today tomorrow impacts a larger group of people. If I'm facilitating a house to someone, what does it change? It changes their social security. It changes them from a rented, nomadic kind of a lifestyle to a sedentary lifestyle where they're stable and they can use that finances for future. They can educate their children. They can plan a better livelihood for themselves. So it changes not just one generation, but many of the generations. That is the impact that you can have for those of you who want to join the provinces. So that is something all of you, if you want to aspire for, but it doesn't need not be that. Whatever you could do. And as long as you humanize it, you socialize it, and you ensure that you're building a better future for someone, it is good. But many of you work do these hackathons, and then you forget the idea, everything isn't there. Another thing which works in your startup ecosystem is persistence. Most of you do not have it. The span of attention, the span of believing in your idea and pursuing it. Don't tell your people looking for these services, but you need about 1%, I'd say less than that, make it into the exam. Why? Don't you think there are people who study? A friend of mine graduate from MIT. He is doing something else, but he is very intelligent, very brilliant person. But didn't make it. So what is the difference? I just believed that I could do it. I was confident that my idea at that time would succeed. And I worked on it, worked hard on it. That is something which entrepreneurs also have to have as a generation. If you just think that things are going to fall in place automatically, are they going to? You think that I can therefore my mistake to reducing the results? There is no sort of error. So as long as you keep trying, as long as you keep believing, and as long as you keep persistent, your ideas will succeed. So technology, finding a near great idea is not something that works. What works is how you bring it into practicality by working on it continuously by that field. You all know about the coaching field, right? You do? So why are the keys not in order? So ideally, rationality says you should write alphabetically into Z. But why did it actually work differently? In fact, the first keyboard, if I remember, was done, I think, on the historians here can tell me. Was done as per the alphabetical order. But then again, they changed it. Why? Okay, so I'll tell you why it was changed was because before the keyboard was a typewriter. And there was a pre-war era, if you go back into history, a lot of people were introduced into typing, especially women. So what made the difference? All of you have got a woman's brain word. Yes, right? Then, so it changes on hand-eye coordination, right? So what happened was they were so used to the typewriter and so used to typing fast on the typewriter. The fingers were placed tuned that aspect. So the minute they used a computer, there were a lot of people who said they not do. Then the images stop there. He said, okay, let me change the keyboard format. And that's what happened. People were tuned to a way of thinking, and the technology matched that way of thinking, but it's not technology, better technology. Right? So that's how it worked. So many of the inventions, and how many inventions did not work at that point of time? All of you know about Tesla. Now the Tesla, Nikola Tesla, he died of poverty. But his inventions are useful now. So what happened? Maybe his time was not right, but people were not able to accepting his technology as that is. As long as we don't humanize his technology, it fails. The minute you contextualize it, you say you can use it in this context. And then use it here for this people. Then it works. Then many of you even do in your packages. But why are some farmers really using it for us? Why? Okay, your faculty. Usability and affordability. So you have your technology, and how do you get it to the people? That becomes important. Training them. Your drones are there today. The drones trials and everything. But there's still people thinking themselves in the lab. And someone's working on it. Why? Because you have not taught them. Teaching is like very important. So which technology we adapt to first? And how do we bring about that change? Many of the people from these companies, when I was district collector in rural, it's just like, oh, we have these groups. Please use them for agricultural operations, use them for surveillance and all this. But it's not economical, number one. Number two, when the people is hyper and the technology is limited, people prefer labor. So that's what happens. That's where we need to think actively and see how do I make the solutions better. So yeah, we are evolving. Finally, we told that you give it to a group of people who are ready, and they will rent it out on a daily basis. So that's also happening. So speaking of, is it rampant as rampant as if you think farmers don't know how to use technology, each farmer is even wherever you go, will have a cell phone. They will know how to ask the information. So where does it end? Technology won't translate into creating, it won't translate into receiving. So keep the user in mind and work out your earlier technologies and see that you humanize it. This is your future. Most of you are going to be builders of the future. So whatever you do, build it responsibly, build it consciously, and build it to help someone. I hope all of you take this great gateway and use these opportunities that your college is providing. Most of you will remember these more than 30 years learned in your classrooms. Why? Because we personally have these experiences. We put ourselves in them. That is what you need to do to your life. That when your passion meets your convention and technology meets humanity, we all succeed. So wishing you all the very best and hope all of you will take it in your life. Compliment the team for organizing this and bringing us together and seeing that we have a great interaction. All of you. Wish you all the very best and my compliments to Sudhee and his team for organizing this event. Thank you, ma'am, for your inspiring address and for reminding us that it is not just an idea and a passion that is necessary for innovation, but also does give the opportunity and the necessity and the models that are trusted ones. So thank you, ma'am, once again for your insightful and awakening moments. And now, may we request the principal, Mr. Stephen Hudson, here to felicitate the chief guest and guest the college as a mark of gratitude and respect.
We have a question, Principal, to consider the chief guest. Our chief guest, Srimati Harichandra Dasari, ma'am, IAS District Collector, Hyderabad.
And now may we request our principal sir to felicitate our guest of honor, Professor A. Krishnaya sir, Dean Faculty of Engineering, Osmania University, Hyderabad.
We may now request our principal to felicitate our guest of honor, Shri Ravi Kumar Meduri sir, Executive Vice President and Digital and IT Solutions, Innovites, Hyderabad.
ఛార్జింగ్ అవుతుంది 3%.
We once again extend our sincere gratitude to all our dignitaries for their time, encouragement, and support.
At this juncture, we would like to take a moment to express our sincere gratitude to our valued sponsors, whose generous support has contributed significantly to the successful conduct of Sudhee 2026.
We gratefully acknowledge and thank Rajapushpa Properties Private Limited, Global Degrees Education and more, Largo Power Solutions, Life Insurance Corporation of India, Kalyan Constructions, and BTC Infra.
We also extend our thanks to Om Institute, What Next to Dream Aims Life, and Ace with Ease IAS Academy, Red Soil Constructions Private Limited, and Racing Point.
We sincerely appreciate the continued encouragement and partnership of all our sponsors in supporting student-driven innovation and technical excellence. As we near the conclusion of this inaugural session, we now invite Professor M. Balasubramanian sir, Head of the AAA Department and Co-Chairman of Sudhee 2026, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Honorable Chief Guest, Srimati Harichandana Dasari, IAS, respected guest of honor, Professor A. Krishnaya sir, and Sri Ravi Kumar Meduri, respected principal, Professor C.V. Narsimulu, esteemed guest of dais, on the dais, dear faculty members, students and participants, good morning all of you. On behalf of Chaitanya Bharati Institute of Technology and Sudhee 2026 organizing team, I express our sincere gratitude to all who made this inaugural function memorable. We are deeply thankful to our chief guest, Srimati Harichandana Dasari IAS, District Collector Hyderabad, for our gracious presence and inspiring address. We also express our sincere thanks to our guest of honor, Professor A. Krishnaya, Dean Faculty of Engineering, Osmania University, and Sri Ravi Kumar Meduri, Executive Vice President, Digital and IP Solutions, Innovites, for their valuable insights and encouragements. We place on record heartfelt gratitude to management of CBIT and our respected principal, Professor C.V. Narsimulu, for their constant guidance and support. We also thank the vice principals, advisors, directors, head of the departments for their support in organizing the event. Our sincere thanks to Professor K. Radhika, Chairperson Sudhee, and Ms. Gondam Jandavi, Student President Sudhee, along with the core committee, faculty, staff, and students, volunteers for their dedicated efforts. We gratefully acknowledge our sponsors for their generous support and valuable partnership, which have significantly contributed to the success of the event. Also, we thank the press and media for their presence and in helping us to share the spirit achievements for the event's wider audience. Finally, we thank everyone present here for your gracious presence and support. Thank you all.
Yes.
As we begin Sudhee 2026, let us view this platform as an opportunity for academic exploration, innovation, and responsible design. On behalf of the Chaitanya Bharati Institute of Technology, We extend a warm welcome to all participants and wish you a focused and enriching experience on this landmark event of the year. Thank you, and we wish you all a successful Sudhee 2026.
IT and
IT and
IT is already talked.
An announcement for the crowd here, and we have IT local outside. Please welcome us. Thank you.